talk to myself. I'm not going to be showing nothing really. I'm just kind of out here until the battery dies. And I just thought, well, if anybody scoots across or kind of get into the garage door business or had questions, but I was just kind of thinking it to myself. I thought, you know, I was talking to a fine gentleman today, and I was thinking about the whole service vehicle and why you got to have stuff and you got to have supplies and things just start adding up, and then you just need a bigger vehicle, bigger van, you need a bigger house, you need a bigger, it's right. It's kind of the whole concept of just more and more. Look what got sent to me. So, anywho, like I said, you're obviously when we do the lives, you guys are more than welcome. I do believe we're doing one later tonight with, we'll call him Tex from Texas. So hopefully you can join in on that if you get a chance. I think we're doing around 9 or 10 Eastern time. But I'm going to tell you, this opener has gone through some troubling times. I just hooked it with a piece of equipment. And I think the trolley could be a little bit jeopardized, like it's a little struggle. So we're gonna see how tough the old Moran tech is today. But we finally got some power. Now if I can find out where to plug this silly goofy thing in. Like always, it's always something. And don't forget, if you're new, if you're a beginner, starting out, don't be shy. Ask the questions, man. That's what I'm here for. There's no stupid question. We all have to learn. Oh, what was that? What was that? That sounded like it. Of course, I don't have really a power cord for this. I mean, I got this power, right? But I don't have the extension. I don't have the, what do you call it, the outlet. So I gotta be careful because I've been just beating the crap out of this thing, to be honest with you. And so we're just gonna shoot the crap. Like I said, hopefully everybody's enjoying the AC. I don't know about you guys, but we are in a heat wave. Holy moly. It is smoking hot out. Humidity's up. I think we're up to about 90. I think we're sitting about 92, 94 degrees. Pretty toasty. Pretty toasty. I think we're supposed to be setting some records. So we'll see if that happens. Otherwise, you know, I was thinking about it, like I said, you know, there's a few things you always got to have in the garage door business, isn't there? Like some of the hardest things, I don't know if anybody's tried, the Amazon struts. I've been wanting to try them out. I can't remember if SOS did try one of those struts or not. They always seem a little pricey. I forget if they're like, I want to say like 120 bucks. And I'm talking about the one that's like a two-piece, like in the back of your vehicle. So I'm always curious. And I think you could technically, I just don't know how you do it. It'd be really cool to find out a way to like bury the torsion tube. You know, it's one of those things when you gotta use that split coupler that they get from Menards or Ideal or Home Depot. Oh, it's running so tight. It's not funny. Maybe a little bit. Like I said, I hope I didn't jam up too bad. I literally had basically a front end of a piece of equipment hanging from that opener. Not intentionally, by any means. It was the J-arm caught. Definitely not cool. So otherwise, I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I feel like it's freeing up a little bit. Got some silly, I think Papa Tony said they got some silly, what do you call it? Oh, the disconnect. It's kind of goofy. All right, I don't have my normal apparel on, so I gotta figure out how to get this thing wired up on this. Nice. Of course, I went on the phone, so maybe I'll have to cut it short. I don't know. I'll have to see because I don't have my. I don't think it tells me that on the terminal blocks, unless somebody knows. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't remember which ones are C. So on the terminal block, right? See Kevin's in the house, looks like. What's up, Kevin? Hope you're doing good. So you got that terminal block, it pops out, which is kind of convenient. We got 1 and 2, and we got 3, 4, 5. And I don't think I got a manual for it right handy anywhere. So I'm not real sure which ones are which. Could just wing it, but center something. All that good stuff. What do we got? Holy moly, we got 3 lakes on there too. What you got on there, Kevin? I see something down there. I can't see it. I'm upside down. Oh, what does it say? Rantex. Straight to the dumpster with that. You know, they're different, but I can't believe it'll be, if this thing works, it still's got its limits. It's been sitting down for, I don't know, 2 years now, and I just hooked it with a piece of equipment. Like I said, we're gonna see. I'm gonna see if it's gonna freak out. It's gonna be a good, interesting test. You remember, anybody know what the terminals are? At least 1 and 2. Is 1 and 2 gonna be, I guess they're probably pretty easy to get to. I just don't know if 1 and 2 is gonna be wall button. And then do we stack? I don't remember. I don't think I got a manual just hanging out somewhere. Let me check. Maybe I do. Let me check. See if somebody figures it out for me. I need some help. I'm trying to phone a friend. And see, you know how it goes. Boxes. No. I don't think there's no boxes on the old, of course, like I said, I'm on the old telephone, so, Hopefully somebody will come through while I'm stripping wires. I think I'm gonna go with 1 and 2 to be, let's say that's gonna be my, a wall button. That's what I'm going with. I think, I forget, isn't it, Kevin, are you still been installing the, oh, these are pushing too, so that's kind of nice. You still been installing the maximum? I haven't heard much more anymore about the maximum. People are getting them having good luck. I know, like I said, we got some guys, our competition installed some at one customer, and they're not happy. They're not happy with them. They had to hook them up to Wi-Fi so there'd be a tech support. It's not like they're just trying to put a warranty. I don't know if it's a bad install or what. But I know I was just talking to somebody. We were just talking about this the other day about this photo eye stuff. This photo eye wire is changed. The photo eye wire is getting thinner. Have you guys noticed that? Have you noticed the photo eye wires, especially the residential stuff? It's getting thinner. It's harder to slice. It's like the coating, the wire's thinner. It's kind of getting to be ridiculous. It's really making my job kind of hard. Now I know I got a razor blade. Oh, I got these. That's kind of bummed because these are kind of hard to find. So if you're ever thinking you want to get these choppers, right? Chop, for cutting weather seal, which work really good. I like them. Better order them ahead of time because I couldn't find them. Local stores around me anyways. The Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, I couldn't find them locally. Let's see if they'll splice it for us. Get our wires cut in half. Try this old girl out. It's kind of sitting around doing nothing, you know what I mean? So it's like, why not? Why not? If it works, it works. If it don't, well, I know a door guy. I don't know if Marantec is, I wonder if they're kind of like genies. They're not so, they're, you know, which way I hook it up. What the heck was that? There we go. I still don't think I see anything. You got anything? Evan. Help, I need help. Replacing the, no replacing here. Just, well, it's just putting it back up. It's been down and there was remodeling going on where it used to be. And, but I got this, where'd it go? This terminal. I don't know which numbers. I'm in here. It says it's got, on the Marantec, this one's got, what is it again? It's got 1, 2, and it's got 3, 4, 5. I don't know what the terminals mean. I don't know if 1 and 2 is full or wall button, and then, you know, you piggyback, or I don't know. If I just had a clue, I could probably figure it out. If somebody said 1 and 2 is your wall, or this, and I know I got to pair them up. Don't forget, I think you gotta send me some pictures. I think you didn't, I seen the one pictures, Evan. I wonder if, Evan, if you're seeing kind of, you're starting to see, is it starting to kind of make sense, Evan? How you want a full-fledged service vehicle for when you're in this kind of business? Can you see how things kind of start adding up? You know, for traveling, and if you had this stuff, you could just make it happen. Oh, what do I got here? This one. Of course, these ones are not marked. These are the, it's like they're even getting stingier on their paint, you know what I mean? Okay, so there's that. Those two should be the same. So we got that. Iron up that. Go like this. Yep, I'll even tell you, I know a story, I guess, I guess from what I heard, we even had a boo-boo between a technician and the secretary. We don't know yet about the sections being ordered wrong, which is always kind of a bummer. Maybe, nah, I don't know what 3. I don't know, we're gonna throw it in there and just see. We're just gonna see. Oh, please reach. Please reach. Okay, there's that. Now, let's plug her in and see if she lights up. It's got a pathetic light on it. Even though it's cooler in here, it is getting roasted. That's sure. I don't even know how to program this. I'd have to read the manual again. So I just want to see if it runs, since I did some damage to it. Hey, it lights up. It's the weakest light you'll ever see, but it lit up. Boy, she might not be too happy with me. All right, let's see. Let's see here. What do we got here? The wall button's lit, so that's good. All right. What do I do? I don't know. See, I don't understand this disconnect. I don't want it to lock up. I'd rather just run. Make sure it runs first. Oh no. Oh no. Right. Maybe I got the lock on. I got the lock on. Oh no. Well, I could. Oh, I guess I could have it in the wrong. I must have it in the wrong terminals. Photo eyes are blinking. I think I have the wrong wires. Where's my help? Where's my tech support out there? Need to buy a small U-Haul van. Ooh, yeah. That'd be nice. They got them pretty cheap. I think they're like, there's one around us right now for 7 or 8 grand. All right, I'm shooting in the dark again here. Anybody got instructions? Y'all got smartphones. Google this thing. Tell me which ones. All I need to know is what the wall button is. That's my big one. So that one didn't work. I don't know if I can use my fingernails to get these out. Oh yeah, I can. All right, so that didn't work. So if I go, let's see if I can get this one out. That one's not coming out. I think I got a little screwdriver. Yeah, there you go. That's probably a good idea. You know, if you got the Blazer, and I mean, if you got the money, heck yeah, man. I was just watching the guy talking about the vehicles, and I really just came across a video. If any of you want to see it, let me know. I'll shoot you the link. Just talking about, I've really thought about this for a long time. In 2006, he said it. He said it on the video with a GM, or ex-GM engineer, but he said it right on there that the 2006 was the era that when they got away from, building, everything kind of became more planned obsolescence. And I thought, son of a gun, that's what I've been thinking the whole time, that the 2006 was always a pretty decent year. 2006, 2007, but I'll take 2006. And I thought, well, I'll be darned, he said it. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go 1, we're gonna go 3. There's that. We're gonna try. this is kind of one of the bummers, right? Like if you're out in the field, if you don't memorize this or do this all the time with these, this could be a problem. I mean, especially, I guess you could use your phone typically, but if you didn't have service, this is where this could be trouble. Because it's not labeled. All right, photo eyes are lit. They're not blinking anymore, which is good. So maybe I got my combination right. All right, so I got green, we got red. Perfect. All right, come on, Brantic. You always have worked for me. Oh, it's running. Son of a biscuit, it's alive. I don't know where the trousers is though, I can't see it. Please don't break and slam. All right, cool. Oh, stop, stop. Holy crap. What the, stop. Whoa. Whoa, maybe it needs to have the trolley on it to make it, it didn't want to stop there for a second. All right, you just stay up there. I don't like that. Did not like that at all. And then of course they're silly thingamabobber here. Oh, totally passed it. Totally passed it. That's silly contraption this is. Okay, that's not that way. Oh, yeah, I beat the crap out of that thing. Can't leave it locked in. All right. Now it shouldn't be obviously really set, but it should be set close. Didn't lock it. Maybe it's broke. Maybe it's broke. Okay, there's that. What'd that do? There's that. Which way's which? This is so confusing. A silly mechanism here. Okay, so that way's whatever. Oh, there we go. Oh, she might still have some light left in her. All right, let's see the up now. Let's see if it. I can't remember if it just jams out or what. Oh, that seemed fine. That's okay. That's cool, boo. All right. Not too bad. Always check the cables, right? Cables are good. Cables are not going to fall off. One does have slack a little bit, but it's not going to fall off. Not bad. Can't believe it's still working. So far, so good. It is a very slow door. I think I'm actually going to mess with the limits. I'm just going to mess with the JR. Kind of like a Stanley. I'll probably make the Trailblazer work until I start looking into quitting my day job. Oh yeah. You know, I guess you could always just get a trailer. Trailers are cheap, right? Get a little enclosed trailer. You know, the problem is like, I guess you could put like torsion tubes or a tube on top of it. You know, if you do something like that. Oh, I want to check to make sure photo eyes are working. Yep. Stop or mid travel. Very slow though. And in front of it, and it reverses. Cool. Love it. I am really surprised that trolley is. It's pretty tight in there. I think it's gonna wear back out, but it's tight. Like I said, it got a heck of a pull on it. Like 2,000 pounds of pull. I can't believe I didn't destroy it. Oh, life, I tell you. But no, you could probably, I don't know. Like I said, we don't have many guys on here. I see we got 5, ooh, maybe 6, maybe 5. I don't know what it is. But, you know, I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I don't know. I think the problem was when I used to do, anytime I did a trailer, the problem is that you ran into trying to get in people's driveways. You know what I mean? And like for you, I don't know if you deal with any city. You know what I mean? But for me, I was traveling quite a bit, and so with traveling, you know, it just never fails, right? You know how it is. You get to that one job, and it's like they got a retaining wall on both sides of the driveway. Their house is up on a hill, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know. And then it's like you got to park on the road. Well, it's a road that you're not supposed to park on the road. It's got no parking signs. You're like, son of a biscuit, you know. And then it's like, well, what do I do? You know, is it going to be okay if I sit here with my hazards on? oh man, I hope my trailer doesn't have a light out hazard. You know, so the trailers can be, you know, like I said, I used to have my big truck and then I had my trailer, and it was just, you know, mine was a tandem trailer, or whatever, and you know, it kind of wasn't fun sometimes, because you know it's just, you know, when you gotta make those sharp turns. You know how, like, isn't it funny how like money controls, like, so like, I don't know if you guys are like me, but you know how it's like when you're turning the tires and stuff in your own driveway, or you're in a corner with a trailer and you can hear the tires, and you're like, yeah, there just goes 10 cents. Have to pay for that later, and so that's what it always felt, you know. And with the trailer, I always made sure I had a spare. I had a 4-way. You know, it's more tires on the ground. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. I mean, you know, there's more chances of flat tires. There's tight spots. You know, you got to make sure you lock it. Lock-in's a big one. You know what I mean? Like Cap's vehicle and that red one I used to have. Man, that cutaway van, it was amazing because it had the slide lock on the back. You just push one lever on each side and it locked the whole system down. And you locked my front doors were keyless, so that was great. You know, so it was real easy to lock up, and it wasn't like you couldn't really see. So I always don't recommend like vehicles. I always like the back one. It seemed like I could live without the rear view mirror or the rear glass in the vans because you normally got a cage, so you can't really see through. I mean, you can, but you can't see through. But the side glass one, I always like the side glass. And I guess you could wrap it so people can't really look in to see, but it is kind of nice to have it all secluded. You know, if you got to go back there and take care of business, or, you know, you just don't want people looking in there and seeing all the power tools or whatever's going on. You know, maybe they're less likely to break in. So, you know, it's so nice to be maneuverable. Like, you know, life, I don't know how to explain it. It's one of those things like, you know, when it's, you know, I was talking to cousin Evan earlier about it, you know, and it's just like, it's one of those things where, you know, life is full enough. You know what I mean? Like, you have to worry about taxes and the government and a family and if you got a wife and a baby and a kid, and then you got, you know, the keeping the vehicle on the road, and oh, the house, you know, the grass needs to be cut, the windows need to be replaced, and the roof needs to be. It's hard enough to worry about all that stuff. You know, the lawnmower just broke down, and then yet you gotta, you know, take care of a lot more stuff. You know what I mean? So, and then you gotta store it. So it's kind of one of those things where that's why I still believe it in my heart. Like I said, the service van was ultimately our best vehicle. Because everything just, you know, if you when you work the long days, like me, man, you shove the stuff in there, you shut the doors, and you just cook, baby. You cook on down the highway, and nothing blows out, nothing gets sucked out. You don't have to worry about strapping nothing because those vans are engineered to have really nice ladder racks. You can get really nice fancy ones, you can get pretty simple ones, and you can have them so they drop down, so you don't have to, you know, exhaust a lot of energy, and they'll flop right back up there for you. They just work out great, especially if you're doing commercial and residential. But like I said, I don't know. Like I said, it's just the cutaway was really nice. I do miss that cutaway van. That was a really nice. I mean, for $5,200 or whatever I paid for it, man, that thing ran like a champ too. It was a good van. I loved all the room, dining floor in it. Man, I could sit right in there. I could sit in there and have lunch. I could sit in there and literally play poker with somebody just in the back. I could literally just, like, there was so much room back there. I mean, it could be a blizzard outside. We're just sitting there with the radio on, got the heat running, and it's like, I mean, you could lay down, take a nap in that thing if you had to, if you're doing a long situation, or you needed, I don't know how, gate operators, all that good stuff. Rusty, I see Evan says he's mostly in the city. What's up? What's up, Rusty? Have to take it properly. But when? I don't know. I think the one easy set. She shot to find another one. It's a 16 and out of town. Yeah, I've seen some pictures. You should send them to Rusty too. I don't think you're gonna have to reset the whole door, unstack it. Most of the time you don't. I think you either have just from the little bit I looked at it with, didn't super stare at it with the pictures and that. It's kind of weird. It's like you almost got to take both. And I know it happened for me too, right? It's like you almost need to take really good still pictures, and then you also have to take video, because like I know, like I watched some of the video and it's a little bit grainy, at least on my end. And so, but it looked like the door could possibly be crooked. It looked like the door could be crooked, and it looks like the track and stuff. But you normally can manipulate all that without having to tear the sections all apart and readjust. Plus, like I said, if you have a laser, unless you do your measurements, you can measure off the ceiling too. There's always kinds of things to do. I'd run with it. But I'd seen the bracket, the plastic bracket that they clip into. It definitely looked like it was busted. I didn't know if Evan touched it and accidentally did that, or if the customer did. I think somebody tried to pry it out of there and it broke the plastic clips. So I think I would definitely get another plastic clip. I don't know what the technical term of that thing is called. It's you know what I'm saying? Like it looked like it was shot. I wouldn't even go back and have that, unless you're just gonna say no. He wants to do a full torsion spring conversion. Need some screws, and how do you do? Probably some zip ties will work out pretty good too. So I have to find what did you say? Most of the pictures are sending after I dropped the door because it was crooked when I got there. Oh, so I got a question on that, Evan. So how long has this door been in service, or has this just been installed and the customer never got it running? Because it looked pretty fairly new, like in the picture. So is this like the customer kind of gave up and they did the install, or is it like this thing's been running for quite, like these are all the little detective, right, investigation things that we have to account for. Time to play detective. Don't you? Man, I can't believe the marine techs pulled it up. I tell you, they are pretty reliable for the most part. I think they do a good job. I'm not saying they're go run out and buy hundreds of them, but they do work. Where can I stick you? I don't know. I guess I'll have to wait till I got zip ties. Zip ties. We are probably going to be doing live tonight, so hopefully you can join. I need one more staple and I'm out. That's how it always goes. Oh, wait. I was going to put piggy tails on here. Maybe I still can. Anyway, that's what it is. It is what it is. I can feel like it's like the old days. You come back down. It feels like air conditioning down here on the ground versus up there by the ceiling. Oh, there's a mafia of them out there. All right. Especially, I think they had working for a while, but the wife knew. Husband, I say, shit, handyman. Yeah, it happens. It happens. I'm assuming they got it from Home Depot if it's that Ideal / Clopay. So I mean, I think they're going to be understanding, is what I'm saying. I think they're going to be understanding that, hey, it needs some parts. Obviously, somebody was in there monkeying around, doing stuff, Things you can learn from this. So there's a lot of good things, you know what I mean? Lots of good things. I've never even thought about carrying those black screw things to tighten up the springs, but I might now. If I was out there doing a lot of service, I might keep the easy side. I mean, obviously you gotta have the torsion spring conversion, And then, like I said, we carried about 14, 17 springs. I forget, is that a steel back? I think it was a steel back door. So probably, anybody want to throw a guess in there? What size springs? Is it gonna be what? Is it gonna be 218 or 225? It's not 207. 207 goes on non-insulated. Then 218, or is it going to be 225? This one actually said Clopay. Another easy set I have to convert to extension is branded Ideal. I mean, I assume I'm just gonna say it because obviously in case people don't know, but obviously Clopay, Clopay is Ideal, or Ideal is Clopay. Clopay's got it's like their I've always explained it, for a lot of people in the just like garage door openers and stuff, right? We got, it's Chamberlain Group. Well, let's change the name, but it's Chamberlain Group. But Chamberlain has, Liftmaster, or they have, whatever they call them, right? They got all different branding out there, right? When they did the Sears and Craftsman, those used to be Chamberlain. And so I always tell the customer, I say, it's kind of like General Motors. I said, General Motors has got, what's a crappy General Motors car? I'm trying to think of the old ones or something. I can't think of one right off the top of my head. Like maybe some Malibus, certain Malibu years. When they went to the crappy Nova, well, that ticked me off. My ex had a Nova. Yeah, it was like an 80s Nova or something, though. So it was like a little four-door, little shoebox car. I was like, oh yeah, she got me on that one. She's like, oh, I got a Nova. And I'm like, you got a Nova? Like a Chevy Nova? Oh yeah. She brings to work one time and I'm just like, what is that? Like, that's no Chevy Nova. Sure enough, they made them. They just shrunk them down, right? You know how they kind of wreck everything for gas saving those years or whatever it was. So anyways, but it's like General Motors, I say, it's just that's their cheaper version, which is Ideals. It's kind of like, I don't even know how that one worked, how that one even ever got away, but was it Lowe's? Right? When Lowe's used to deal with, gosh, does anybody remember what the name was? Oh, I feel like it was RA or something. It used to be, can't think of it. It used to be RA, but it was an Amar door, but they named it something else for Lowe's. And then Lowe's went over to, what did they go back? They went to Wayne Dalton. Wayne Dalton stayed as Wayne Dalton. But then when they went back to Amar, it turned into, they called it Pella. They wanted us to put Pella stickers. And I was like, Pella? I was like, Pella? Doesn't Pella just make like windows? And they had this little sticker they wanted us to put on. It said Amar, but it said Pella. And I thought, that's some crappy branding stuff. That's lying to the consumer right there. I never put the stickers on. But that's just so if people don't know. Like I said, Ideal, Clopay. I don't know who else really does that. I don't think there is any other garage door company that really does that I know of. Or off the top of my head, it's like they all stick with them same. I mean, if it's Wayne Dalton, it's Wayne Dalton. If it's besides Clopay, it's Clopay, and then you got Overhead. I mean, you got Richard Wilcox. You don't think of anybody else that kind of besides Lowe's when they did their one. Gosh, I wish I could remember what Lowe's used to call those openers. They're those doors though, because it's like they used to deal with Amar, and then they were just starting to switch over, and that's when we got in because we dealt with Wayne Dalton. And I forget what they were like, RA or oh, maybe I can dig it up or something. Probably doesn't exist anymore. They were such crummy doors. Don't know. Just how it goes. Anywho, we got about 6. Like I said, I'll stay on for a few more minutes until the battery dies here. We're getting close. And I don't know what I gotta do. I gotta get zip ties and I need more staples. And guess what? The Marantech works. I didn't doubt it. I have been not nice to this opener. I ain't gonna lie. And it doesn't get used a ton, so that's one thing. But they're challenging to program, but my golly, man, this thing has been through a lot of storms. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It does work. It does the job. I wish I could say I had 100 of them or 200 in the field, but I don't. The wife had I don't know what she was talking about. She said something about that stupid power cord though, and I said, she goes, well, I know why. Oh, I think she thought I stole it for a customer. That's why the power cord was missing. Either way, they got like $26-30 out of me, those boogers, for that power cord. So that was kind of I thought, well, maybe that's why they do it. So I had to buy another power cord. Maybe it fits better in the box. I don't know. It's kind of goofy. I mean, it's nice having a movable receiver though. I mean, if you had to replace the unit, I mean, how many times that happened to you? That's happened to me a lot. I mean, that is some of the beautiful thing. You know, Marantech is good. Like you can take the remotes and they got that little adapter and you can plug it into another remote and it'll learn the other remote. So like if a customer, you know, ever comes like shop, which was always a real bear for me, they would come and they'd say, you know, especially when you get the sweet old lady, right? And she'll be like, I need another remote, and you're like, oh, okay, you know, and she's like, it's right here, and you're like, okay, well, you know, I got another one here. It's, you know, it's 40 or dollars, and she goes, okay, that's kind of a lot, but okay, and then it's like, are you going to be able to program it? Program it. Well, won't it work? No, it needs to be programmed. Well, how's that gonna work? You know, and then it turns into, well, I'm 86 years old. I get up on a ladder, and it's like, and your heart starts racing, and then you got to be like, you telling me, say, well, we can come out. So you got $50 for a remote, and then let's say you got $100, right? $100 for a service call, let's say in between 65, 85, 100, 120, 140, whatever your service call. You know what I mean? And I mean, they about fall over. I mean, you're talking $150 to $200 for a silly remote. For a silly remote. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, I would want to punch somebody in the face if somebody told me like, for this remote, it's going to be $150, $200. I'd be like, are you smoking something? What's wrong with you, dude? And like, you know, but that's the world. But if you had the one you had in Marantech and you could just plug it together, you know, and you can learn it right there and hand it to her and say, here you go, Mrs. Jones, you're all set. This should work. If it doesn't, bring it back. I'll try to reprogram it again. Boy, that would be nice. That would be nice. But I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, it's one of those things like, hey, I think Genie should be able to do it. I think LiftMaster should be able to do it, right? We sent somebody to the moon. I think we should be able to program a remote to another remote, but that's just me. Even if you have to use an adapter. So, yeah. So, anywho, but that's nice. And then, like I said, you can remove the card, which is nice because the receiver card. So if you get there and it's you know how it is. It's the well, my daughter, she went to college today, and you're like, oh great. So did you collect all the remotes? Oh well, I forgot to. And then you're like, oh, what do I do? Do I do another service call? Do I tell them it's free? I'll do it when I'm in the area. Make sure the remote's here, and then I've had that happen. I've gone back 2 to 3 times, and the little biscuits don't have the remote there, and it's like, or they got the wrong remote. I've had that happen. You know, I'll message them, call them. You got the remote? Yeah, I got it. I look at it, and go, no, this is the same one. I can tell it's got an orange mark on it. Well, that's got to be it. No, nope, this is not it. I guarantee. Watch this. Boom, it works. You know what I mean? So remotes and light bulbs really get under my skin sometimes. So, I mean, that is nice for the Marantech to have that separate card. That's kind of like the Genies, right? The commercial Genies I talk about. They got a separate receiver card in them, which is nice because if that opener fails, which they hardly ever do, which is good, you can pull that out. And if you're working at a shop and they got 5, 10, whatever forklifts running around, I mean, it is a real pain in the hiney. That's why I always like the, sometimes you can put them on, but LiftMaster's gotten kind of stingy with that, where if you could put an outside receiver on, like a multi-code, that's why I go that route, because these places always start expanding and growing, and you want to, when they call you up and say, hey, can we get 2 remotes? And you're like, yeah, you can have it in your system, already have it programmed. You can just drop them off. You can send them in the mail if you want. Do it on your way home or whatever. And it works out really good. So, and then you don't have to worry about, got a scissor lift there and get up on a ladder. Now, I guess the maximum, whatever, the maxi pads, I guess those, you don't have to. You can do it from the ground. And it sounds like if you got the ones wired up, you probably could do it from the ground, but nobody wires them up. I haven't found anybody in my area that wires them up the way they should be wired up. I try to for the LiftMaster, if they're the T's or the J's. I don't know if that still applies to the MJs and stuff like that for the wiring for the 3-button, but if anybody knows, let me know. 66 something it says right here. So this is a mass. So around, yeah, probably about 2,000 pounds I had on it. But it's ideal. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. We're gonna do a lot tonight. Like I said, if you get a chance, love to have you there. Probably somewhere between, I don't know exact time yet. It's kind of when it gets dark, 9 to 10 Eastern. Hope to see you there. If you guys think of anything or come up with anything, let me know. Shoot me a message and we'll go from there. Don't forget, keep your fingers. Definitely don't lose them on a Saturday. Only on Mondays, okay? See you later. Take care.